Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Well, welcome back, everybody. It's good to have you with us. We have the woman who has an amazing ability to really dissect what's going on in life with all of us. She's a great storyteller. Hayoka is what we call her. She's an intuitive. She's an empath. She's a card reader. She's interesting. That's the best word I have, is nobody like her on the planet. And she's back with us. Janis Reed is here. Welcome back, Janis. How you doing today?
Hey, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing with some adjustments in my world. But I'm making do. Me and the girls. My husband left me several days ago. He ran off with the stars. Which I guess, he did shoot for higher than me, but he did finally pass on.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I know that you talked about
I'm not. I know this is bizarre. Everybody else is panicking and going, "Oh, you poor woman." He was so ready to be with the stars. He was nothing left but a star speck. It was really the most decent thing God could have done was to take him. As a result, I've got all this closet space. Oh my God.
I will say this. No matter what the situation, you always look at the positive spin on things.
Oh yeah. We both had the same size, huge head. So I've inherited some very fine Stetsons, and maybe I can stuff the shoe. It's about twice as long as my foot.
Wow.
But he slipped his skin, but he doesn't appear to be totally gone. I mean, as we speak, he's sitting right over, y'all pan the camera. He's still here, sitting, watching, grinning ear to ear, not making a sound, which was, between us. So, it's the glory, hallelujah, really. I haven't gone into mourning per se. That'll probably hit when the snow is tall as me and I have to go up to the barn to tend to the animals this winter. And I think, woe is me, because, trudging up there. But adjustments are being made. My husband of 20 years, boyfriend of darn near 30, has slipped his skin. And we don't have to worry about him being in pain anymore. So,
yeah,
good for him.
And I agree with you that when people pass on, that their energy, spirit, whatever you want to call it, is still hanging here. There's still something around. I've experienced it. My mom all the time. I'll ask for a sign. I'll get them. And they are so specific. There's not even a chance that it's a coincidence. No, it's
oh yeah,
it's real. It's real.
Oh yeah. I found the passwords. Another day I found the bank papers. Another day I found the last piece in the car paperwork. I have been looking for my little black phone book now for months. I walked in and it's right beside his chair. There's nothing around it. There it is. Ta-da! The phone book.
And so, it wasn't there previously.
No. I've been all over the house looking for that phone book. So he's still hanging out, and it's cool. It's kind of nice. It's not lonely.
Because he's still around. He's still around.
Yes, and he's being so helpful. Oh my goodness. I mean, I've heard of people hanging out just to cause trouble, but how lucky a girl I am.
Well, we have somebody that can talk. They're looking for insight. Would you be comfortable in talking with them today?
Sure, if I can talk at all.
Okay.
Let me just get the jug.
There we go. Time to hydrate, people. Hydrate. Her name is Melissa. Melissa, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Oh, well, welcome. It's good to have you along. Where are you from? What state?
I'm from Oregon.
Oh, well, thanks for finding us online. And I'm going to connect you with Janis. Say hi to Janis.
Hi, Janis.
Hi, Melissa. How are you?
I'm doing good today. Thank
you. Oh, good. You say you're up to trouble, you said? You called us.
Yes, I am. I,
Excuse
is
me.
it okay if I ask a question? Do I ask the question now or do I wait or?
You have a question? Don't we all have questions? You have a specific question?
Yeah, yeah, I have a specific question.
Would you mind writing it down on something?
I already did.
Does Oh, you did.
I
Well,
would
would you
forget.
mind if I turned around and blowed my nose anyway? Because I'm gonna.
Go for it. Go ahead.
This is the best part of all of this. It's all real. There's no smoke and mirrors. This is like
Oh,
real broadcast. Yeah. Yeah. But I want to
Well,
tell everybody that you've reached out a couple of times and we try to connect with you, Melissa. And anybody who wants to
okay.
reach us, it's instantfeedbacksteve@gmail.com. So I do believe Janis is back and ready. Uh,
ta-da!
and
This
let
was
me
all Melissa's fault. As I start to kind of bring through stuff, very often my nose will run. I get overheated. It's just because spirit is so hot, you know.
wow. Why do you want her to write it down?
I like people to write it down on something solid. Um, I learned a long time ago, people can get distracted. And like the lady that told me that after I, read my heart out for her, that was my opinion. And I got all frustrated because it was not my opinion, it was my answer. It was what came out. And I started really realizing that people should own what they ask. I
Hmm.
mean, instead of trying to say, but no, that's not what I meant. What I really meant to say was, no, I don't want to mess with your meant tos. When I do a reading for someone, it's what they wrote down. That way, they know what I'm answering, and so do I in the end. And there's
No,
no
I want to
wisdom
back that
involved.
up. I want to back that up. It's been scientifically proven that if you write it down, there is a mind hand connection. And by that, when you write it down, it's real. It's not just a thought. Now it's a thing because now it exists on piece of paper, hard surface, whatever it is. And I'm not even talking about typing it on your phone, physically
Wow.
writing it
Oh
down.
no,
It's almost
no.
as if you're committed to it.
Yeah, if people, I've tried this, people typing it into their phone, and it's doable, but so is reading that black and white fuzzy screen when the station goes off at night. It's just really weird. So I like it. It makes it easier. It does. It brings in their personalities.
Yep.
So maybe when I hear the voice, I hear some answers that only I can hear.
So if we are we going to hear what she wrote down, or you're just going to respond to it and then we're going to circle back to it, what she wrote down?
Well, Melissa, if I may, just address Melissa here for a minute. I mean, she did call stuff.
Please do. I'll get out of the
I
way.
feel committed now. Now you've hooked me. Um, so, I see you, Melissa. Yeah. Melissa's up for some job changing because I see it. There's some papers back and forth, some responsibility greater. She'll have to work for a living. Holy moly. Run away, Melissa. I want you to work for your money. It'll be greater responsibility though, but that'll be good because it like reestablishes you into like the new you.
Hmm.
Cool. Please don't color your hair bizarre colors. That's not the new you. The new you is skinning away all of what you thought you were supposed to be and just be the brilliant woman that you are.
Okay.
Does this resonate with you, Melissa? Have you been thinking about a job change? Has it been on your mind at all? Anything similar?
That's funny because it was the first question I wrote down, and I thought, okay, it's been answered, and then so I wrote down another question, and that was the first question I wrote back way, and well, it does resonate, Let me see. Do not color my hair. I was just talking with a lady this morning about when my hair, because I've got really beautiful silver gray hair. It looks like highlight. That my hair is all natural, and that I'm waiting for it to get gray. And when it gets gray, I'm going to tint it like a light pink or purple to highlight the beautiful silver.
And that's very trendy right now.
Oh, girl, you need to talk with somebody, but not me. What else did we do right? Did we do anything else right? Were we helpful?
Was,
not right, but helpful.
Yeah. That was that. Wow, that's a big shift. So I've got to work for my money now. I'm making a big job change. Wow.
And I want to share with everyone, initially, Melissa reached out. She had a question. She kind of put that question aside. I don't know if you said it might have sort of gotten answered somehow, but not by Janis, because we only connected you today. But then you were thinking of another question. But we kind of hit upon two of them right there, it sounds like.
Yeah. Seems like.
Wow.
Would you mind, Melissa, actually reading what you wrote down for Steve and I and whoever else might be listening?
You mean the second time or the first time?
Well, you say you're mentioning two different things you wrote down. Could you tell us what they each were?
Okay, well, the
or how
first
they applied?
one, the first question I wrote down how it applied was, I meant to go to work with, oh gosh, where's my paper at? And I meant to go to work with this one company or spiritual work. I might have stayed with this with my spiritual work, as in doing readings and cards and such like that. That was my question, because I don't know where this is leading me with this this current agency that I'm volunteering for and doing nonprofit work. So I was curious if that was going to lead into something, because I had read my cards and I went to a seminar, and my cards had said that I was getting ready for a big change, financial change and job change. And I'm like, okay, this is different. This is something I least expected. So that's what I'm curious about.
So am I getting this right, Melissa, that you read cards, you personally, or had them read for you?
Oh no, I personally read cards.
Okay. All right. So you feel that you have a level of intuition. You're intuitive at some point.
Oh yes, very intuitive.
Okay, gotcha. Interesting. All right.
Yeah.
Clearly, she reads cards. She's smart.
Yeah, and very intuitive. I see, hear, smell, taste, feel.
Wow.
Yeah. I have all the clarity.
How about you? Are you getting anything else for her, Janis?
Clarissa.
Clarissa. Oh, thank
That's
you.
all the Claires. Okay, I do declare. Yeah, she'll have to want the job. It's not just going to get handed to her. I mean, yeah, she'd be fit. She's perfect fit. But if nobody knows she wants it, it's going to go to somebody else. FYI, Melissa. Yeah, put some feelers out, let folks know. But I guess just something inside of me, I don't know if it's psychic so much as it's something my mother and father hammered into me when I was a kid. But it's always best to have a job when you're looking for a job. Don't get fired because you're looking for a job, then you won't have any job.
Okay.
My mom used to say that all the time. She's like, the best time to find a job is when you have a job. And it's so true.
Unless I think it was my sister. My sister's just brilliant. She throws me into the dust. She mouthed off one time. Oh gosh, I've lost it. My head's gone ballistic. Anyway, I'll come back to that. We'll circle back to that. Um, hmm.
So
Well, it's just
I
fun,
want,
folks. Yep.
if I want to, go ahead.
Melissa, you go first. What'd you say?
Okay. So I wanted to know, so if I want a reading, I can email you? Can I email you?
Yes. Aren't you brilliant to ask? Because we often forget I have an email address. Yes. Email me at goddessjanis2@outlook.com.
Okay.
And my name is spelt peculiar. I'm not nice necessarily. I was born under a fire rooster sign, so we can't say that I'm very nice. I'm Janis Goddess. The number two. I'm the second daughter, so number two at outlook.com.
Okay. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. Thanks for asking. I hope that I was helpful to you. Yeah, and
Yeah.
if you contact me, we'll touch base and maybe we'll expand on some stuff for you on the
I
house. Why
appreciate
not?
that.
I'm
Well, thank you.
I'm loving the fact that you were considering a job change and Janice is picking up on it and you're kind of torn in between. I didn't know that you were intuitive and did cards. So
There's something else. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Forgive me, but we got to come out. The job change. Yes, you're up for a big job change. And it has to do with your hair. You color that hair neon pink and you're going to be out of a job. And that is also a huge job change. So just pay
I ain't
attention.
changing my hair.
Okay. You probably just gorgeous hair. It has to be because you sound so smart.
Listen, it's trendy now. Even if you're 30, having silver hair is in. I
I love my hair. Yeah.
right. Of course,
Yeah.
Janice is showing off some of hers, but yeah, it's a thing now. I don't know. I might not listen. If you could do like a color rinse and it's temporary just to see what it looks like, maybe fair enough. You want to try it out, something temporary. But I'm getting from Janice, don't make it a permanent thing. And
don't be permanent.
So this is something that you believe in, Melissa, because you read cards yourself and you're plugged into it. So I find it interesting that you found us online and then you wanted to reach out to Janice. Do you do it just for yourself? Do you read cards for others, Melissa?
Yeah, I do readings for others. I tap in and I do deep readings. I can
Steve, get her number. We should hit her up.
I got you.
I can see into other people's properties, things like that. Wow. Their houses, emotional energy, what's going on with them around them. And from what I understand, I'm just beginning to accept this, that I never like to stay powerful. What they tell me is I'm more powerful than what I realize. And I don't like to say that because I don't want ego to step in there and go, oh, nee, look at you.
But you know what? I think that's true of all of us.
That's refreshing.
Right? Then we really
That's refreshing.
Yeah.
That attitude. Yeah.
Melissa, thank you so much for checking in today. I hope we helped you out and connect with Janice on when you get a chance and see what happens from there.
I will. Thank you very much for calling me. I really appreciate it. And you guys have a blessed day now.
You too. Appreciate
Thank you, Melissa. You too.
Thanks. Well, that was
cool. Where'd you get her, Steve? Let's get more like her.
She just found us online and emailed in, and you can find us instant feedback, Steve, at gmail.com. So what's your, in the couple of minutes we have left here, what is the thought of the day, Janice? Overall, what's been going on in your mind? Maybe you're seeing things. There's lots going on in the world. Any general thoughts that you have that you want to share with anybody?
Hang loose. Hang loose. Gosh, there is a whole, the world is changing and it's getting quicker. So it's more noticeable. Politics, who owns the sandbox? It's just really getting out of control in my small and short opinion. So to be mindful that we're all cousins. I had someone that I've always thought very highly of, and I called him cousin, and he wrote back, "We're not cousins." And I'm thinking, yeah, Yeah, you got degrees from Harvard. No, 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 no. We're still cousins. So, think of, just pretend we're all cousins. Start looking out for one another, brothers and
Mm,
sisters. There's a lot of people that would like to tear community apart, and they're coming for this country. The country is a United States
mm,
of America. We are not America, the Republican, or America, the Democrat. We are these United States. So to be a true American, to really support America, be an American. We are a melting pot in a country we stole from the natives. So don't tell me that, this is your country if you've got flaming red hair and parchment white skin. That ain't right. This is a melting pot of United States. And the Constitution, the Confederacy, was brought together from an Iroquois nation, not an English one. The English came
mm.
here and the Scots came here so that we might all have freedom to choose our religion, not to all hail the mighty King of England. Quakers came and settled this place. Not Methodists, not one or this or that. These are United States. If you're a true American, then prove it. Help be a uniting factor in these states. Reach across the aisle. Ask, how can I help? To someone that you would not ordinarily ask. Learn about your neighbors. See how much we have in common. I guarantee you everybody wants their kids to go to first grade and not have to look over their shoulder for a gunman. There are things that we are united about. So we should let go and unhook our nose rings that are dragging us through the muck of some other crazy person's imagination. These United States are not up for separate. We are up for equal. And that's what's coming to you today from Janis on the Mountain. Hallelujah. Goddess Janis 2 at outlook.com.
Love it. Thank you so much.
I
I
got rowdy. I just got rowdy, folks. Forgive me. But I like this place. I've been to a lot of other countries, and there's no other place like home.
no, I agree.
Support home, not a person. Don't be picking out one person.
But
With this stage of the game, I'd vote for all kind of people besides I'd vote for somebody else. But just to keep this country rolling forward and not getting sidetracked on another civil war.
you said something so important that we don't realize. And we live in the US. That's called the United States. And it's so elementary, but I think we forget that we are and should be united. We're missing it.
That's what makes us strong.
Yeah.
We are variegated. We have all sorts of strengths. Every one of us has a strength, not just them or us, but
Yeah.
together, man, we rule, we rock. We are the United States of America.
Well, it's been said many times before, united we stand, divided we fall.
That's right. So quit following these people that would divide us. Form a more perfect union. It ain't perfect, but we can keep trying to make it more perfect.
Yeah.
Don't give up.
we got deep today, but well said. And it's something that just be kind to each other. I do a radio show, I play music, and I end every show, and I'll be doing one a little bit later. I end it with just be kind to each other. Be mindful to be kind to each other. We're not mindful of it, whether it's holding the door for an extra 2 seconds till somebody gets there, whether it's thanking somebody for letting you into the flow of traffic. When somebody lets us, rush hour traffic, and I'm waiting to get in, pull out of a parking lot, whatever, somebody lets me in, I am so thankful. I make sure I make eye contact, and I make sure they see my mouth. Thank you
Thank
much.
you. Yes.
Appreciate it. Like, appreciate people.
Be
Be
grateful for the goodies we have. We
Yeah.
have so many free goodies. Smiles are free. Some countries they're not.
Point well taken. We have the freedom to do that. Even just to smile at somebody else. There's some countries you do that, you probably go in jail, especially if you're a woman.
Yeah, there was a woman in an airport in a Middle Eastern country recently. I heard that she had asked for help and she was speaking a different language. So she had actually touched the security guard and they sent her to jail for 3 years. That's
Wow.
a sad thing. I mean, it's just a sad thing. Be kind. We need to bring out those old protest songs. Be kind to one another.
That's not even a protest. It's just a state of being. Just be nice. It's okay. There's no reason to have.
It's a lot more fun.
Isn't it?
It's healthy. We get to hear more laughter. That makes us feel better. The vegetables hear us laughing in the garden. They get big and strong. Cycle.
Yeah. Well, Janis, thank you so much for being with us today. I'm glad we had Melissa check in.
Thank you,
again,
Melissa.
sorry for the passing in your life.
Well, like I said, there's always the closet space to consider.
And also that your husband was dealing with a lot of physical challenges. So now he's not. But as you said before, he's here. He ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, he learned a lot. He learned quite a bit. Wasn't a wasted time at all. He had a great life, and I'm proud to have been married to him. Anyway, let's all go have a cup of coffee and enjoy the cloudy weather and the turn of the leaves and turn our own leaf.
But you know what's interesting? As I look at you and the light coming in on your face, to me, I don't see clouds. You could tell me it's a perfectly blue sky, sunny day. I would feel that way. I would say, oh, good for you. It's the way you look at it. So I see sun coming through. I don't see clouds. I physically don't. In my mind, it's sunny. You got a beautiful day, sunny where I am here. Make it sunny every day. However you're going to do it, make that happen.
Well, I've always glowed in the dark, so it's just what it is.
And that's how we can find you on the mountain. Planes up ahead, they can see you.
Yes, we have yes.
Thanks again for being here. Now we'll catch up soon, okay?
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned.
This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.